offenser personne, mais les gens que nous avons interviewés étaient des amis proches et des membres de nos familles. Et nous savons très bien que sans la caméra, leur opinion était plus près de la vérité.
Étant donné que nos cultures sont différentes, souvent on a des conflits d'intérêts, ça peut nous emmener à avoir des préjugés et à généraliser. C'est naturel, c'est pas nécessairement correct, mais c'est naturel.
I mean, it's sort of expected because we're on the West Island that it's going to be in English, but it's not. I don't really care if it's in French or in English. It doesn't really matter. I don't really have anything against them or for them.
Not really, to be honest. No, I don't really have any stereotypes about French people.
I've definitely heard derogatory terms. I don't tend to use them because, again, they're derogatory, just like you would call anybody a mean word. Just like the French have bad words for us and they call us derogatory terms, the English people, the Anglophones also have those terms as well. I don't think it's right, and I tend not to use them at all.
No, I don't necessarily have stereotypes towards them because I know that they live here, I live amongst them. But every once in a while, you can not necessarily tell, but you kind of can if you see a French person. Sometimes you can tell, like, oh, there's a French person, just by the way they're carrying themselves amongst the others.
Et oui, à la blague, j'ai déjà fait, il y a longtemps, j'ai déjà dit des Anglais qui avaient la tête carrée. Mais vraiment pas irrespectueusement, c'est juste pour rire, je l'ai pas fait devant eux autres.
I'm not necessarily saying that Bill 101 was implemented in the greatest way, but it's a general good idea. I mean, at least they promote French language so more people understand.
Do I know of the stereotypes? Yes. Do I think that they're accurate? Kind of. I don't know. I think that, I don't know, the French have stereotypes, but they don't do a whole lot to diminish those stereotypes.
Nous avons aussi découvert que tout le monde joue la victime. Le problème, c'est que les gens sont malhonnêtes envers eux-mêmes. Et le moyen pour éviter d'être le méchant, c'est de blâmer l'autre clan. Le fait de ne pas prendre ses responsabilités mène à ce conflit qui est principalement basé sur les langues et qui, selon nous, est complètement inutile dans une société.
For French people, I definitely feel like we're a bit... I know they say that we're being oppressed, but at the same time I feel like the English people are being repressed. I mean, there's an example, our history books for English are 50 pages while the French ones are 500. The content with the government is just, it seems like we're being treated unfairly. I do have a bit of angst, I guess, but this isn't so much that they're French, it's more the fact that in general the way that I'm treated is that I'm not good enough for the French people, so it's basically they're trying to defend their national heritage, which I understand, but at the same time, what about the national heritage of the English Anglophones?
I think they kind of need to let it go a little bit because they're not going to lose their culture because there's not that many who only speak English now. Most people speak French. We're willing to accept them. It's just I find that sometimes they need to reciprocate the respect that we give toward them because I don't feel like they respect us very often.
Donc oui, ça m'arrive. Étant quelqu'un qui travaille à Montréal, ça m'est arrivé quelquefois d'avoir affaire avec un anglophone. Étant donné que je suis à Montréal, oui, je vais les servir en anglais, mais évidemment, en premier lieu, je m'adresse à eux en français, puis juste le fait de se faire répondre, de se faire adresser en disant bonjour, au lieu de se faire adresser en anglais, des fois ça va fâcher certaines personnes, puis ça c'est quelque chose qui m'irrite particulièrement.
99% of Quebec, I'm sure that's wrong, but 99% of Quebec is all French. Like, how are we assimilating you in any way? You can't just hold a grudge on something that happened that long ago and expect people to still care about it. Like, I don't know, I think it's ridiculous sometimes.
The only thing is that sometimes when I'm at work or something and somebody comes in and speaks French and then they see, oh, you're English, and then they give up hope completely. They're like, oh, she's not going to be able to serve us because she only speaks English. It's kind of unfortunate that they stereotype me, so then I initially sometimes will stereotype them back.
Do some French people annoy me? Undoubtedly, when I go to a store and they only serve me in French and I know that they understand me in English but they refuse to speak it to me when I'm paying for something, yeah, it annoys me.
Before the interview, while the camera was off, a few of our friends asked us if what they were allowed to say and what they were not allowed to say on camera. Most of them also asked if they could see the questions ahead of time so that they could formulate answers in their head before they went on screen. This just showed us how obsessed everyone is with looking good on camera. And as we've seen in class, we know that people are obsessed with being a star and looking good, being viewed in a positive light by other people. I mean, people are afraid to say anything that could upset or offend someone, and especially when dealing with a controversial issue like language in Quebec, people are really afraid of saying anything that could upset someone or have them, be viewed negatively by another group. They always are trying to be politically correct. So this made us wonder, why do people think like this? So we sought out the opinion of a lawyer. We trust a lawyer's opinion because a lawyer's work is based around the truth.
I think it's because people do understand that they hold views that are intolerant. Okay, that they would say that are not PC, but they understand that they have views that are not really acceptable views to have. The problem is, since they don't understand why they're unacceptable views, they don't rethink their points of view, but they know enough to know that, no, I shouldn't be saying these kind of things because it's not correct to actually have this kind of an opinion. And the problem is when it comes to issues like, stereotypes, like how we feel about people who are culturally different from us, people do tend to have a lot of sort of closely held views that really aren't based on scholarship or meeting people or really good reasons for having those points of view, and yet they still have them. So they don't question why they have them, but they know not to utter them. And I guess my question is, does that make it even more dangerous? Because at least if they put the views out there, we could challenge them. But if they don't even express them, how can we even challenge them?